Srila Rupa Goswami wrote many books, of which 16 books are very, very prominent. Amongst them, Srila Prabhupada has translated Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Upadesha Amrita. There's also Lalita Madhava, Vidagdha Madhava. These books are great treasure houses, which describe from the most beginning stages to the most elevated stages how we can progress in Krishna consciousness. Adoshadatata sadhu sangota bhajana kriya. Rupa Goswami has composed this beautiful verse that at the very beginning there's a little faith. Krishna reciprocates with that faith, and from within our heart directs us to the association of devotees. In that association we learn the science of bhakti. Then we approach a spiritual master, and he initiates us and puts us in the category of the Vaidhi Bhakti, where we follow the regulative principles of sadhana. It is called bhajana kriya, by chanting a fixed number of rounds every day, by following the regulative principles and always being engaged in devotional service. Gradually our hearts become cleansed, anartana vritti, and all of the unwanted material desires and misconceptions are removed from our hearts. And then, through that gradual purification, we achieve nishtha, or very deep, strong faith in Krishna and the path of bhakti. By continuing in our spiritual advancement, by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, ruchi, or the higher taste of the sweetness of devotional service, awakens in our heart. And then we develop very, very strong attachment to Krishna. Such attachment to Krishna that all other attachments become utterly insignificant. When we continue to cultivate devotional service under the guidance of Guru and Gauranga, in the association of Vaishnavas, gradually that ashakti becomes bhava, the preliminary state of love of God. And by the gradual cultivation of hearing and chanting, bhava becomes prem. In prema bhakti, ecstatic love of God. And the revelation of our eternal nature in the spiritual world is gradually revealed. Serving the Lord in Vrindavan, in Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vatsalyaras, or Madhuryaras. Srila Rupa Goswami has brought us from the most preliminary state to the ultimate achievement of all spiritual quests, the treasure of Prema Bhakti, in the mood of the residents of Vrindavan. Srila Rupa Goswami composed over 100,000 verses. In the Leela of Vrindavan, Srila Rupa Goswami is Sri Rupa Manjari. Our great acharyas have given us the explanation that the only means by which we could truly find the real spiritual satisfaction of the heart is to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna, Sri Radharani. Of Sri Radharani's expanded counterparts, the Sakis are her own most intimate servants. The leader of the Sakis is Lalita Saki. And the direct, intimate assistants of the Sakis are the Manjaris. And the leader of all the Manjaris is Sri Rupa Manjari. And the acharyas of our line are the servants of the servants of the servants of Sri Rupa Manjari. It is through the mercy of Sri Rupa Manjari that we can achieve the purification, first of all, of our gross material state now, and ultimately given a place as her own servant and assistant in the spiritual world of Goloka Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada has often told us that we are to never forget the glory of this great sampradaya that he has given to us, the Gaudiya Sampradaya or the Rupanuga Sampradaya. So today we are making some small attempt to speak some little partial portion of a drop of the glories of Sri Rupa Goswami. And we should very carefully and sincerely aspire to be the servant of the servant of the servant of Sri Rupa Goswami. How do we do this? By simply accepting the Guru Parampara, hearing submissively, carrying out the instructions, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, in his most profound, mature realizations of the very essence of the heart of his Guru Maharaj, of Rupa Goswami and of Lord Chaitanya, he has presented us Krishna consciousness. He has presented the perfect and pure process by which we could all achieve the loving mercy of all the previous acharyas. By chanting the holy names, by serving this great mission, by distributing the books which are so much inspired by the teachings of Rupa Goswami, by simply assisting Srila Prabhupada in spreading Krishna consciousness, by simply performing our sadhana with great attention and sincerity, hearing the glories of the Lord and chanting his names, by carefully following the teachings of Prabhupada, to be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, to offer all respect to others and expect none in return, to constantly chant the holy names, to surrender our lives to the mission of Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada's teachings are very simple but very complete and totally profound. By simply pleasing Srila Prabhupada and being the servant of his servants, we are being given the access to the complete, unlimited, all-merciful, compassionate blessings of Srila Rupa Goswami and all of our acharyas. Shri Rupa Goswami ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.